The Harrison Center is stepping up its efforts to support vulnerable students as it confronts rising behavioral challenges and emotional struggles among its population. This week, those issues came into sharp focus when a student was attacked on Wednesday, sparking a major fight on the school compound and raising renewed concerns about safety and student well-being. In response to the growing needs of its young people, many of whom come from troubled backgrounds and continue to struggle with emotional conflicts, the institution has launched an unprecedented initiative aimed at intervention, healing, and guidance. The new program called FLOW, which stands for Focus Learning Opportunity Workshop, is designed as an intensive support and counseling initiative for students who require structured emotional assistance. It is especially geared toward those who have been suspended from the center and are at highest risk of becoming disengaged or falling through the cracks. Head of the Council Wellness and Chaplaincy at the Harrison Center, Bishop Charlesworth Browne, says FLOW represents a major shift in how the school responds to trauma, conflict, and behavioral issues.
A student who may be involved in some altercation, some infringement, as the case may be. It could even be habitual lateness, and the person is suspended for a day, 2 days, 5 days, as the case may be, 2 weeks. The person for that duration would come for counseling. And we do recognize that a lot of young people, they are lacking in that area. Nobody has given them the kind of counseling that they need to have. Deliberate counseling. You can't counsel somebody for 10, 15 minutes and that's it, or talk to them for 10, 15 minutes. It has to be a program.
So far, 14 students, mainly boys, are enrolled in the FLOW program. When asked what typically leads students into the initiative, Bishop Browne shared some of the troubling and often shocking misbehaviors that have landed these youngsters in need of deeper intervention.
Breach of the rules of the institution by speaking indecent language to his instructor. It resulted in him being suspended. Without calling any names, just to give you an idea, turn to my file. So-and-so suspended for gambling on the compound. Suspended for giving false report about the death of his grandfather, who died before COVID. Yahugo funeral. Suspended for leaving school without permission. Smoking weed. False reason for leaving school. Another false reason. Leaving school with a false reason. So that come up a couple of times. Smoking weed. Smoking weed. Threatening language. Marijuana. Fighting. By the way, sometimes, depending on the nature of the fight, that's expulsion. You know, that's without a doubt just expulsion. But depending on the nature of it, they may just decide to send them for counseling. And by the way, I don't deal with discipline. So I don't even ask you how come you fight and you're still here.
Bishop Browne says many students who have gone through the program are already showing clear signs of improvement.
This young man, without calling his name, in the corridor one day I'm going out, and he said, "Sir, our teacher, is not out today, and I don't want to get into any trouble. So I want to check myself into counseling." So you have a one-day student. He checked himself into counseling, came, and he did the work. At the time of day he came, we had already, I didn't bother to give him about the skill straight, so he started with critical thinking. Obviously, he employed critical thinking already. So there are students, there are two young ladies who came, and that was quite interesting, my associated over there. Two young ladies came, they were not in any trouble, but they're having some issues. And you speak your piece. What you want, we listen to you, because sometimes young people just want somebody to listen to them.
The program focuses on behavioral therapy, conflict resolution, mentorship, breathing skills, and spiritual grounding, while also involving parents, guardians, and external support agencies when needed. Bishop Browne says the goal is not only to address misconduct, but to understand its root causes. Flow was inspired by a former student, Angela Mejia, the young woman who is currently charged with killing Chantal Crum.
This is one of the things that inspired this program. There's this young lady who is in prison now for a serious crime. She came to the school, as I said. She got into a lot of problems. She was always suspended. But because we didn't have a program to deal with a suspendee, so she always goes home. After she left here, I realized that there was a trail of problems, even coming from high school. She didn't know, nobody knew. And so I said, no, that's not going to happen again. So before a student slips through the cracks, needing help, you're suspended. And it's very interesting, as you can well imagine, because we have a lot of smart young people, you know. Some people engineer being suspended so they can go and do their business. One guy, he was suspended and he wanted to, so we can't go home. Okay, yeah, plan. No, you come here. You come here for the duration of the time. And if you miss a day, even if you're sick, you have to fulfill the time.
Bishop Browne hopes that flow can be implemented in other schools on the island. This has been a production of Antigua.news. I am Charmaine Big Charles.